We're outside Old Trafford still. Manchester United have lost 2-1 against Crystal Palace. Nat, you first. What you make after that?
It wasn't good enough, obviously. It's the same as last season. I think we play better on the counter-attack. I think when teams come at us, they're trying to attack us, like Chelsea in the second half, bang, we just play balls over the top, we score goals, that's how it is. Wolves, our first goal, counter-attacking, but when they come 2 banks of fours, we don't know how to break them down. I was saying to this guy, actually, Paul, we need a player in there like it's going to see through press the ball through an eye of a needle, and we didn't got it. Jesse Lingard in there was working his socks off. I feel sorry for him, but he's not good enough. He brought him off, and what he did, brought on Mason. And I love Mason, I want him to do well, but he's, 17, maybe 18 now? He's not going to do it. I want to see all these young players come through, but I think now all the pressure's on them. If people are saying bring Chong on, bring Greenwood, bring Gomez, we ain't got the players there. What more can you say, Adam? It's disappointing.
You think this is something that we have to expect this season with the age of the squad? We know it's one of the youngest in the league. Do you think we have to kind of expect this inconsistency?
Well, yeah, the young players, and then obviously when you're bringing on Greenwood, he might not have a good game, and you got to expect that. When you bring on Chong, he might not do that well. I think I've heard things that they're going to play. They're going to give Ollie the money to buy a midfielder. We need that.
Shouldn't he have got that in the summer though?
Yeah, he should have, but why didn't he? And people blame him, but I don't blame him. I blame above him. So.
What do you make after that, Paul?
That's probably one of the poorest teams that will come to Old Trafford this season. It was absolutely. I mean, I was saying at half time, bring Mata. I'm not saying he was the answer, but it was someone that could give us that cute pass.
That's what I thought today. I thought Jesse's usually better away from home when teams want to, when we need that energy. But when teams are sat behind with 8 players in their box, Mata's more likely to pick that pass.
Exactly. They was as soon as they went 1-0 up, it was always going to be hard. Obviously, we got the goal, but it was too late by that time.
What do you think of the penalty?
Don't go there.
You knew he was going to miss?
We knew he was going to miss.
It seemed like fate in it after this week.
After Pogba missing, I just knew he was going to miss. He didn't look confident to me.
I wonder what Gary Neville's going to say on Monday Night Football.
Do you think Gary will lay into it?
Adam, you're going to go out?
What's he going to say though? He can't exactly say Pogba should be taking it after slamming him for Rashford scoring a penalty.
I feel like our expectations need to be lowered this season because we got a young side, we got a few new signings in. We can't be we can't be expecting. Obviously, Crystal Palace at home, you expect to be winning, but in terms of the season, we can't be expecting anything big at all.
That performance wasn't good enough. End of story. I know we all know we're trying to build something, but that performance was not good enough. End of story. It wasn't. I mean, like you said, you look at the team. It was good on a counter-attacking team. We haven't got a player that'll pick out that pass, that'll unlock that door, and get a goal when it's tough like that. And we said it. We needed another midfielder, another like an Ericsson or someone like
McTominay should be on the bench really.
McTominay was like Matic today. He was just like in the past couple of games. I think he's been decent, and obviously you're going to put him in instead of Matic, but. We need a creative midfielder. Our midfield is like too similar. Lingard isn't very creative.
I think with City as well. When let's say De Bruyne isn't creating, then someone else is. If Pogba isn't doing it, we're not doing it.
We've got no one else.
David Silva and De Bruyne is our creative midfield.
We've
got Jesse Lingard, Juan Mata, and Gomez, but Gomez is too inexperienced to just start him in Premier League games.
We're bringing on Mason Greenwood, who's my age, and we're expecting him to come on the pitch and do something. We can't rely on players like Mason Greenwood, who's been playing with the young. Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, Adam, we've got good finishers at the club, but we've not got that many technical players, and that's the difference. Exactly, that's the difference between the teams winning the league and the teams that are there and thereabouts. And that's the trouble.
It's going to be a big rebuild, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's going to take a while.
We need definitely a defensive midfield and an attacking midfield. That's where our weaknesses are, and that's where we got picked apart. James Maddison would be a perfect buy from Leicester because he's used to the Premier League.
Jadon Sancho.
Obviously, but then we've got one of the fastest front threes in the league. And then when do we use the wings? We play a front three, but we don't use it. Our furthest player forward most of the time today was Ashley Young. And what can he do on the ball with his crossing? I thought he was okay. defensively.
We have one genuinely world-class player, and that's probably De Gea, and even he's not been up to it recently. I don't think Pogba's world-class. He's too inconsistent. He does a good thing, and then he does a bad thing. You've got to do many good things to prove that you're world-class, and we don't have that.
Right.
Yeah,
We've just got rid of Lukaku. We've got like a lot of our criticism, and we've obviously starting Martial and Rashford up front. But again, what did they offer us today? They went missing for an hour of the game, and then it's just.
They were playing balls into the box, and there's no one there to head it. I'm not saying he's good, but Lukaku might have got on a header.
Lukaku weren't moving. Lukaku wouldn't have done nothing.
Moving, but there's no plan B. There's just that front three, and if they don't do it, then what? You know what I mean? There's nothing.
Fernando Llorente on a free.
Jesus Christ.
No, I've heard it all. Look at what.
I get why he's saying it, but that's going backwards, isn't it? I get why he's saying it because there's no plan B, but that's going backwards. But
we played Arsenal, we were drawing 1-1. We brought Fellaini on. He scored the winner in the last minute. We need another plan. We can't just keep playing the same football and expect something to change.
Yeah, City don't have another plan. They just keep on going.
But City have like another 20 players that are as good as their first team.
They've invested better than us. If you look at the signings they've made compared to us, miles better for the money.
They get it. When we need a player, we just
Their plan is now what like 8 years ago. That's what they planned. So
they back their manager. We've never backed a manager fully. I don't think we've backed a manager fully.
They were making signings for Guardiola before he was appointed. They signed De Bruyne with Pellegrini and then brought in De Bruyne was obviously a Guardiola player, but they brought him in a year before Guardiola came because they knew what he wanted, and that's what we've never done.
Lads, still top 4 target this season.
I think it's still on. It's still on.
It's a target. Yeah.
I feel like we've got to get a good.
Hopefully, lose the next 2 games. Who are our main rivals? Chelsea. No, because like they struggled against Norwich again today, but obviously I think the top 3 are going to run away with it a bit. Tottenham, Liverpool, and City.
City will win the league comfortably. Definitely.